Hello, everybody. This is your host, Angie, from Religion the Woohoo. And I was just wanting to jump on today and share a little bit with you about what's kind of been happening that I've been observing as of recent. As you all know, I talk about a little bit of the process of moving away from religion into kind of a different mindset with spirituality. And in that process, it's been challenging to kind of come into the understanding of some of the trauma I actually had within religion and the programming that was put in my mind and the things that I was taught to believe that are kind of destructive. I've also noticed that this programming moves beyond just the religious realm and really into like the societal program as well. And I found a really disturbing video the other day on TikTok. It was this, you know how people can like repost videos they find from other people, and this woman had reposted a video of a preacher in a church preaching about basically how women should not have rights and like making fun of the fact that women are upset about not having the right to abortion or choosing what to do over with their bodies, or you know, just basic things that we all should have a right over. And this pastor also said things like women should not be allowed to vote. We know that they are not capable of these things. They're not capable of living this life and being an authority or leadership or anything like that. And as I was listening to this, I just came to this like sad conclusion that society really has like pressed the feminine energy down, women's energy, and told them that they are less than like masculine energy or male figures, or you know, that role of leadership or anything like that is not meant for a woman. And I found it really disturbing that they even talked about not being able to like vote or have rights, like just normal daily things that people should be able to have within their life. And as I think more about this and I observe things going on in the world, I've also noticed that this has happened with like women in general in relationship with each other. And I've ran across this a few times in the last few weeks, and it makes me sad almost every time this comes up, because I know this is just programmed mindset. And if we really took a step back and really understood where our spirit was and who we truly are outside of like what society wants to put on us, like with having comparison and program mindset and who should be above who, and like a lot of masculine energy, I think we would have less of this. But I've found that there's been a lot of, you know, and I'm going to say this is, you know, I've had this in myself pop up that I'm starting to notice. There's a lot of like, if she succeeds, I won't succeed kind of things coming up. And like I even had another woman reach out to me upset about something I was doing within my business because it seemed to be similar to what she was doing. However, I had no idea. Have no idea what she's doing. Have no idea how she's presenting this part of her business or program or whatever it is. I had just finished my own training and was kind of going off of that training and to develop this part of my business, and she took offense to it, that I created this. And the way it came at me was very aggressive and attacking, and it made me sad because I realized that this is another woman that I really feel like if we could align ourselves to be beside each other and not against each other, there would be a lot of good that came out of it. And because she has amazing giftings that I don't have, and vice versa. And I think that when women are able to move together and come together and support each other in their giftings, and understand that just because I do something that might look like what you do does not mean that I am going to possess the gifts that you have when you present it. My giftings are going to fit and be received and shown in a completely different way than what yours are. And this just keeps popping up. Well, this happened again. Just actually last night, I was talking to a friend about something they wanted to do, and I was just like, yeah, that's so awesome. Let's do that. I want to support you to move forward. And I truly, truly wanted to, but I also felt this something inside of me stirring up, this old mindset of if they succeed, it will take away from me. And I'm just that's so not true. Why am I worried about somebody else's success when I am moving in my own authority and my own gifting and my own spirit? Because there is nobody else has my DNA, nobody else has my fingerprints, nobody else has my eyes, nobody has my hair. Nobody is me. I possess my own skills and my abilities outside of anybody else. And therefore, I should never feel threatened by another person's success or moving forward or having qualities that they can use in the world, especially another healer. And so I just been thinking a lot about this. Where did this come from? And why do these issues come up, especially between other women? And, I think that this probably does come up among men, but I don't see them bickering with each other about it. You know what I mean? I see it more of as a competition. If you're going to do well, I'm going to do well. Kind of beat you kind of a thing. I'm sure that if I was a man, I would completely see that way different, and that it would actually be very similar to how we are as women. But because women have been repressed and pushed down for so long, we feel like we often have to move in our masculine energy to succeed or move ahead in, some kind of a way. And that means stepping on other people, or being threatened by somebody else's success, or being upset about how they do something, and then we have cliques and bullying and mean girl groups and all this stuff, and it never ends. I'm in my 40s and I still deal with it. So it's just really interesting. And all this comes back to the societal programming of our mind that women are less than. Women should not make as much money. Women should not have this position in a job. Women should not have this, authority or leadership in the world. When reality is that we possess the same spirit inside of us as a man's body. There is no, when you get beyond the body of a human, we are all spirit, and we all possess masculine and feminine energies. We're just programmed in which one to maneuver in our life. And being threatened by another spirit that possesses the exact same kind of giftings that we might possess is kind of ego. It's based in the ego, really, is where it comes from. And it's, completely programmed mindset. It's completely what society tells us how to function in the world. And so I know that for myself, this is an area I really want to work on. I want to be able to support my sisters and even brothers in their success and moving forward. And if they want to build a business, or if they want to be a stay-at-home mom, or if they want to be, banker, whatever they want to do, I want them to be in their authority. I want them to be in their gifting, and I want them to bring into the world what they came to bring, and possess. And so being able to encourage that and allow it to come forth without feeling like I'm going to not receive something if they succeed is a goal of mine. So I don't know if this resonates with anybody. And I would actually love to hear from any other woman or man or anybody that listens to this to kind of, hear their side of what they've experienced in this kind of realm where maybe one person feels a little bit more like they're in competition with another person, and then they have to kind of push somebody else down so they can succeed. And I know that this has been my experience, and I really want to get out of this mindset that has to happen. And seeing women as being able to be an authority. And my best friend and I were talking a couple weeks ago, and she mentioned that she was with a male out in public, and somebody just assumed this man was her boss. And she brought up a really good point. She was like, why is he my boss? Why am I not his boss? Why does it have to be that role within the sex of a human? Why does that have to be that he's my boss when maybe I'm, as a female, I'm his boss? And so I was like, you know what? You're so right. And she became a little defensive about this towards this person, and they kind of got upset, that she became defensive. And, she pointed out, had somebody thought that, or had this been role reversal, people would not be upset that a man would be assumed to be in that position. And we don't, if a man brags about being in a position, we praise it, and we say that they worked hard and they made their way there. And most of the time women will feel threatened by another woman that makes it to the top, instead of praising and being able to speak positive about your own progress, being able to brag about it. We don't even leave room for that, brag about our success and our hard work. So anyways, just some thoughts to think about as you move forward in this week. And like I said, I would love to hear if you have anything to say about that. And, if you want to be working alongside with me on kind of changing that program mindset, I would love to have you joining me with that. So I wish you all the best day, night, evening, whatever time it is that you listen to this. And I send you all the love in the universe. Namaste.